Thank you. Good evening, everyone. This is the Public Safety Committee of the Baltimore City Council. I am Councilman Brandon Scott, Chair of the committee. Tonight, we are here to reconvene from the February the 22nd of this year, the hearing for Council Resolution 17-002R, Coordinated Agency Violence Reduction Strategy, for the purpose of requesting that the Baltimore Police Commissioner, the Health Commissioner, Director of Public Works, Director of Transportation, Director of Recreation and Parks, Directors of the Mayor's Office of Employment Development, the Baltimore Housing Commissioner, Director of City Stat, President of the Baltimore Development Corporation et al., present to the City Council a coordinated violence reduction strategy for Baltimore. I am joined tonight from my left, your right, by Councilman Eric Costello, from the 11th District, Councilman Leon Pinkett from the 7th District, member of the committee, Councilwoman Shannon Sneed from the 13th District, member of the committee, Councilman Christopher Barnett from the 8th District, member of the committee, Councilman Ryan Dorsey from the 3rd District, Vice Chairman of the committee, Councilman Zeke Cohen from the 1st District, member of the committee.
Mr. Chair.
All right, good. And Councilman Isaac Yitzi Scheifler from the 5th District, and my home of Park Heights, 5th District, member of the committee, Paul Plymouth, staff to the Council President's Office, and also Marshall Bell, staff to the committee. Thank you. Before we get started tonight, I would like to start this hearing off a little differently by saying that during our budget negotiations and our budget hearings, approximately on June the 2nd, around 11 a.m., this council was told that within 30 days, there will be a director of the Mayor's Office of Criminal Justice. This is now July the 10th, and that position is still yet to be filled. We believe this is unacceptable, especially with the levels of violence throughout our city. We know the historic and critical importance of this office, and that office is very important, so we want to again say that this position has to be filled in order to aid all the agencies, the police department in particular, in the fight against violence in Baltimore. This should not be something, the strategy for dealing with public safety in Baltimore should not fall solely at the feet of the police department and the police commissioner. So with that being said, the resolution calls for us to be presented a coordinated violence reduction strategy. Ms. Stokes or Mr. Banks from the Mayor's Office, would you like to present to us or call out all your individuals here, or is the Director of City Stat going to lead that presentation? And also, do you guys actually have a strategy or a plan that you can provide for us today outside of the presentation? Because the presentation to us is not a strategy. That's just a presentation.
I think I would defer to the Commissioner on the broader strategy, but he's going to walk through kind of all of our coordinated efforts.
You have to speak into the mic, Mr. Director.
And I would defer to the Commissioner on the broader strategy, but he's going to walk through our different coordinated efforts, not just the transformation zone effort, but different efforts that we've engaged in with different levels of law enforcement as well, and I would defer him to walk you through that.
So I guess the administration, so no one, we get this. We understand what this is, right? We know what the police department is doing. We get that. We communicate with the police department probably more than any other agency that we have. What this document asks for is for a coordinated strategy to be produced, in particular for it to be produced by the Mayor's Office. So is that what we're being told, that does not exist?
Councilman Scott, there is a coordinated strategy, and in the strategy that's articulated in that PowerPoint, while the presenters are from the police department, every single agency that's here today has played some part in our coordination efforts, going back to the work group meetings that we do, several times a month. So there's been a role for every single person here today to play in that strategy. Okay,
Mr. Director, this isn't a fight or battle with you, but for me, and I think for the citizens of Baltimore, importantly, we have plans and strategies to do everything in the city, from bike lanes or greening and how we're going to tree Baltimore and grow trees. Can you guys give us, we need to see so that we can read and articulate for ourselves the actual coordinated plan. Is there a document that can be provided to the council, the legislative body of the city of Baltimore, to show us a coordinated plan to reduce violence in Baltimore?
I mean, I think the document that you have, and we have some appendices that we could provide you as well that have documented what each agency has done around violent crime, and we can certainly provide that information to you.
So, Mr. Director, and we know that this is your last week, and let me be the first to say thank you for your exceptional service
I appreciate it.
to the city of Baltimore, and you will be missed. So we're going to take that answer as a no, that there is no document that can be provided to us today that shows us a coordinated plan. Because we all can read the PowerPoint. We get it. We can see where it says homicides are up, but we are slowly gaining ground. I don't think that anybody in the city of Baltimore will actually believe that, but we see that. We see that it says that. We see that it has the arrest trends, that arrests are down 7% citywide, but they're focused and increases in the right areas. We see that it talks about the indictments that we've had, that we're going to go to the neighborhood coordination officers model, which we think is great, that the commissioner has talked to us at length about. We see all of that. We can see the transformational zones. We can see where they're saying the process to date and how we're looking at SRs, but that's still not a plan. We need an actual document that follows, that has metrics, that shows us how we're going to measure, how we're going to do it, who's going to talk about what, how's it going to show us today, tomorrow, 5 months from now, 5 years from now, how violence is going to be impacted in Baltimore. That's what we're asking for. We're not asking for a PowerPoint presentation. And until we get that, and until we get serious about reducing violence in Baltimore, the committee's in recess. Thank you.